just want you.
I felt like I was betrayed because I always liked this teacher, and she thought that she didn't do anything wrong. My name is Barbara Bird. It's when I was in high school, probably around 17 years old. I was in class, and the teacher was talking to somebody, not me at all, and talking to somebody else. And she said, "Can you make a decision? Just say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a by a toe." And 50 years later, the N word is still being said in high school. I was actually afraid. And that sounds really stupid because it was just a word, and now that doesn't offend me. And she wasn't calling me a name, but I don't think I had ever heard someone say that um, in my presence. So I was like actually afraid because I didn't know what the consequences would be. But I remember walking out of class and I remember thinking to myself, I had to go tell somebody. And I told the principal, or I told a teacher who told the principal, and then I was afraid that I would get in trouble for speaking out. But I felt uncomfortable because people were singling me out, thinking like I was a tattletale or something. Especially teachers. A couple teachers were very belligerent, in terms of how they treated me and things they probably were saying among themselves. I think it's sad. I think it's sad when I look at police brutality and read things in the news, and people can argue what they want, but the facts are the facts. That's pretty much the way it is. So there are injustices in terms of blacks being put into jail, and somebody that's white might get special treatment. Um, Things are coming to light now, and it's unfortunate. It's sad. It really is sad in this day and time. Racial is hurtful. Racial is, it really shouldn't be tolerated, but it still goes on, and there's not too much you can do about it.
I'm chasing starlight.
Jose Rodriguez. I am the Director of Student Diversity Initiatives. I don't think we as a society as a whole really are curious to really learn about others. When I was in undergrad, I went to Allegheny College, which is a small private liberal arts school in Meadville, Pennsylvania. I love my alma mater, I do. And it was my freshman year where there was a writing on my dorm room door. And it wasn't hello or welcome. And it was I didn't understand why anyone would write horrible things on this is my freshman year, right? One female come up to me and took her finger, and she was looking at me in the cafeteria, and I'm like, why is she staring at me? And she says, could I touch you? I was like, what? She says, could I touch you? I was like, I guess so. And I was just like, what is her? And she literally went and she took her finger and she was like this. Wow, it doesn't come off. And going back to just a couple of days ago with the Starbucks, I mean, really? Are you joking? If it was two white people, do you think that probably would have played out that way? Do you think that employee probably would even call the cops? We probably don't know it, but we all have power, access, and privileges. And really, what are we doing with them for the betterment of mankind? It frightens me to some level, like how much longer could society continue to go without really not waking up? Like, wake up, people. Like, there's a lot happening here, right? Like, wake up. Like, what are you waiting for? We don't have time. Time is going, and lives are being affected, and things are being played out on ways that I never would have imagined